as you walk through these homes, you would realize that there's poverty. This is unacceptable. This is human dignity at a different level. And for us to see this, look at it, and not be affected, I don't know, but this has moved our hearts. And the question is that how will we as citizens in Namibia, a normal citizen, how will we work together to alleviate what you see here every day?
With the Namibians, they're not looking for a free meal. They're looking for training and equipping to empower them to elevate themselves. Your giving and even investment in the scholarship program goes way beyond just providing an opportunity for someone to take a training. It's actually an investment in their ability to leave a legacy in their nation that will have an effect on the upcoming generations.
The next level for us is to gather the people around and start working with small groups of people as we build relationship, just bringing value in terms of teachings, training, small group setting, raising up few key leaders that would take responsibility for people in the community. They speak the language, they understand the culture. If we start working that way systematically over a period of time, you'll see a transformation in one single community that can be replicated in a different community. Warm greetings from Namibia. My name is Calvin Isaacs, and I'll bring you warm greetings from a great country in the southern part of Africa. I just want to say to you, there's some great stuff happening in Namibia, and I'm the founder of the Fatherhood Foundation, and the partnering with Derek Schneider with the History Makers Academy. I'm so glad to partner with this great organization. I can only say to you, to be part of what's happening right now, and being at this conference, I want to say to you that don't miss out on what God is currently doing. To be part of this, I believe, is God's timing. It's your timing. Make it happen. Be part of it. Put your hand to the plow. Derek's coming to Namibia. It's his third time coming to Namibia, and we can already see a momentum building. We look at him coming back next year. In the short space that Derek has been here, he's been imparting such tremendous principles and values that has impacted our society. He's literally discipling nations, of which Namibia is one of them. I can only say to you, every participant that has joined us in this conference, sorry I can't be there, but hopefully next time. But you know, just to connect with Derek, him being in Namibia, that makes all the difference in the world. I would like to say to you, what Derek has started, I believe, is he's a man from God. He's unselfish. He's building the kingdom of God. Be part of what God is doing. Take hands with him. Let's expand this kingdom of God all over the world.
All right. Let's shift gears over to Namibia. We can't give all examples and testimonies. We have hundreds of them. And what many people don't know is that the History Makers Academy is designed to train and equip people, send them into society. And when we gather them in these 7 mountain cells, we consider them part of what's called the History Makers Society. So it's not a church, although it is the church beyond the 4 walls. It's a society. Societies have the power to impact and influence society, and we understand that. And I won't get into too much more on those lines. We'll make some announcements later, but the History Makers Society has a global goal. We have a goal of raising up 12,000 7 mountain cell groups across the world, 12,000, each with at least 10 history makers, 10 people who know their place of calling, have a legitimate ministry, they've organized the kingdom in some way where they're reaching people, and our goal is to raise up 120,000 legitimate history makers in our generation. Come on, will you help us to do this? 120,000 history makers. We know we can do it. Here's one of them. His particular ministry that he created after History Makers experience was training in sports. He gathers young men, underprivileged boys, fatherless boys, and he runs drills with them. I think they've got a whole team and they're in the league and all of that. But what I really want you to focus on is take a look at this. I was able to be there with a photographer and filmmaker from LA. We flew her in to document some of this stuff. There she is there. There's the coach down on his knees, got a Bible in hand, and he's doing Bible study with these guys. So I was there that day. They were running drills, they were practicing, they were doing all that soccer players do, or football, depending on what country you're watching from. But there came a point where they get down on one knee and he begins to minister. This is so powerful. Yes, he's a coach, but he's really a kingdom carrier disguised as a coach. He's becoming a mentor to them. He's becoming a father to them. This is the power of organized righteousness. Organized crime flourishes in societies because it's organized. Even though most people reject it, the police are trying to fight it, it thrives. The crime thrives because it's so sophisticated and organized. In the same way, we organize righteousness. We organize good. We organize the values of the kingdom in such a way that we're beyond the four walls of the church, occupying territory, occupying positions so that we can increase the engagement with individuals and reach them where they're at. We're tired of waiting for them to run to the church. Yes, we hope they'll come. Yes, when we minister to them there, we bring them to the local church because we believe in local church. But while we're waiting for the harvest to maybe one day send them all running to the church, we are going to them. Such a powerful photo. Here's another photo from Namibia. This particular man, although he's on crutches, he's sitting on a toilet in basically a toilet that was made that also has a shower function to it. There's plumbing here, okay? This shanty town outside of Windhoek, Namibia, didn't have this before. History makers and our transformation councils partnered with the Fatherhood Foundation led by Dr. Carvin Isaacs. He's actually our History Makers Academy director in Namibia, and we put this plumbing in, these toilets there. And why is this so amazing? Not just because they have plumbing, but women, when they'd get up in the night to use the washroom, they'd have to walk such a long distance to get there. They were being raped, they were being attacked. There was all kinds of things going on, all kinds of unrighteousness, and we were able to go in and put these toilets in place. This is so powerful. Do you know, when we were there, because of this, all of these things, I was given the opportunity to speak to their parliament, and that was mind-blowing. And I began to see the power of what it really means to disciple a nation. You know, that government had said, we have rejected and blocked, many evangelistic ministries from coming into the country because they hold big crusades, take up big offerings, and then leave the country and don't pay taxes. There's just not much done. They said, we welcome History Maker Society here because you teach Namibians to build Namibia. This is the definition of discipling nations. Going in and serving, going in and being solution-oriented. This is the power of a 7-mountain cell group. We bring solutions to society's problems, and the solutions and the acts of service build relationships with secular society. The acts of service open doors for kingdom influence. They get so overcome by the message and the love and the principles of this kingdom that they want to meet the King, King Jesus.